Hey guys, coldbrew here. Welcome back to another video. We're gonna go over some of the news that we learned today and yesterday on Raid Shadow Legends. We're gonna cover the Raid Digest, which hints for something weird that happened to some players where they had 2 ninjas in their account. I'll cover that in just a second. First things first, I just want to say this is the most stupid tournament we've ever had. I will confirm it, okay? 6-star perfect. So I thought it was gonna be like an easy way to acquire at least a 4-star or even a 5-star for ninja, but no, they made a champion chase tournament with a 6.5k requirement, and only the guy who finishes first actually gets the 6-star. It's quite insane. I mean, it's one every, how many members are here? Like 100, maybe more than 100, a big chunk of 50. Wow, it's the first time I see 50 people here. I expected 100. Anyway, very few amount of people are gonna get it. They need to get first, and they also need to summon a ton. Like, I got this amount of points, 1160, through the saved prisms that I had, and also some shard openings I did just to get the points for the serpent thing. Anyway, let's go over, guys, the Raid Digest, and then I'll cover also the fusion that is starting very soon. So Raid Digest for I think it's like every 2 weeks that they do these things. So they give us some kind of news update and they cover the things that are important. And the double ninja thing is really weird that it actually happened. So matchmaking, basically, what Plarium is saying here is that matchmaking, and the way that it was an initial way for them to place clans against each other, similar to how CVC performance was on the 4 last tournaments. And from this siege onwards, so the second siege that just started now, the preparation phase, it's gonna be better, and they'll try to improve it gradually with the next few sieges as it goes on. So the matchmaking will be better. You won't be getting destroyed by the enemy clan if that happened to you. Kind of sorry, but that's what they're saying here. So next up, the siege points. Basically here they explain how the siege points were accumulated by each clan. Basically you get 5,000 siege points if you clear the whole map. Okay, if you clear the whole map, you get 5,000 siege points, and then after the siege ends, depending on the buildings you have left standing, okay, you are able to pick up some more points and go all the way to 7,000 points, which is the maximum requirement for full rewards. If it happens, but also there's 10,000 victory medals as a maximum reward. But it also happens to be the case where a clan can be faced against another clan where they completely beat each other senseless, and they become at a point where they have the same amount of points because they destroy everything and the enemies destroy everything. So basically they have the same amount of points, and this is a problem where basically they'll be tied and not be able to get a win. Neither of them, no chest will be provided, and you'll just get whatever amount of gear you get as part of the guaranteed rewards, but no chests, no fragments for the new champion. So I think this is an issue that they need to address sooner rather than later, but it is the summer now, and I do think they get their holidays in August, so I think it's going to be a chill month for them. Maybe from September onwards, you might see a change over there. We'll see on how that works. Finally, the attack scrolls and no ability to use them. This happens because they give everybody 3 attack scrolls. There's 60 defensive spots to beat, and there's 30 members times 3. That's 90 attacks possible. So if everybody clears them on their first attack, there's 30 extra attacks. Okay, some players might log in on the final 5 hours of the whole thing and expect there to be something for them to beat down, but there won't be. Well, the easiest solution for this is actually allow players to pick up the rewards if they happen to pick up the rewards, if they do a rebattle over on the mana shrines. So the mana shrines, you're able to do a rebattle. It doesn't use attack scrolls. So if that is something that players do, they can still be eligible for the rewards. That is the simplest solution. I don't understand why they even made this a point. I mean, I'm not even a developer, and I found a solution in under 5 minutes of thinking. I don't understand why is this a problem. Anyway, final thing, the double ninja thing was very funny. I was reading it and I was like, what happened? The flu players managed to claim 2 ninjas. I don't know, maybe a promotion thing, plus also not having ninja already. Maybe they managed to get the promo code through. I don't know. It was a deviation which we addressed and extra ninjas were removed. There can be only one ninja in each gaming account. This is false. There was a member of the Facebook group for Raid Shadow Legends who mentioned that he in the past had ninja and he fed it because for some reason he hated ninja as a streamer or whatever, and he fed it, and now he was actually able to get ninja again. So it was very interesting, and yeah, apparently they just want to have people with only one ninja on the account. Great. Next CVC is also gonna be with personal rewards, and this will be starting July 30th. And that's it. That's it in terms of the weird thing with the ninjas. I don't know, guys. If you happen to have this happen to you, how did it start? Please let me know down below in the comments. I'm very curious to know. Very curious to know. Then next up, guys, is Skorid the Half Spawn. So Skorid the Half Spawn will be the next fusion that will be starting. It will be a normal fusion event from my understanding, starting August 1st. They always start the fusions on Thursdays, so August 1st with you know, starting the month, we'll be getting this new champion. He's demon spawn, legendary, attack based, and magic. Okay, the whole selling point with this guy is he's gonna be great for the Hydra. He's gonna be a big damage dealer for the Hydra. Big problem for us, the players, is we just had the serpent thing for Mithrala, so many of us won't have the resources to even complete this, or will be pushing it to complete it, especially for summons. And then also we just had the fusions before that. That was basically a fusion some people skipped. So some people might also find issues with completing fusions during times where it's summer, you want to be on holidays, not caring about the game so much. So putting a champion out there that might be really good, I find that it's kind of sneaky by applying him. But anyway, I'll test him out on the test server and see whether he's really worth it in terms of being a big damage dealer. So 50% chance of applying debuff spread effect, taking hex debuff and placing it on all enemies. So he debuff spreads the hex here. It's very specific, but if the target is not under a hex, he'll spread another random debuff instead. I like this more than spreading the hex for some reason, because he places hex as an AoE with his A3. So before attacking, places the hex, and then the damage inflicted increases by 20% for each hex debuff placed. So on the Hydra, 80% more damage based on the number of hexes you have placed on the enemies, and also a big heal on from this one. Very, very cool. He can also attack one enemy before attacking. He applies an increased attack and then repeats the attack as an AoE on enemies under hex. So he's a conditional targeting champion with, if my understanding is correct, this is a single target skill, but then it will have a AoE multiplier if there's a hex on the enemy. So I'm very curious to see on what kind of damage he's going to be dropping. He's also will be ignoring shield buffs against targets under hex. This is not very clear on how this will be beneficial for the Hydra. For general PvP, he's going to be nice because you basically place an increased attack buff on yourself. So that's nice, but very hard to apply hexes on enemies in PvP. Maybe if you run Mithrala with him, you can try and do that. And then as a passive, he's got this: fills champion centimeter by 10% when attacking targets without a hex. Will ignore 15% of the target's defense when the targets are under hex. So hex is so good already. I think the good thing about applying is they try to teach you, okay, how good hex is with some champions, or just adding the cursed set into the rotation of being a very solid set. So in general, a damage dealer, a really strong damage dealer, is one of the last things you have to worry about in a Hydra team. What you really have to run, let's say as a beginner player, for a good Hydra team, I would say you need a defense down, a decreased attack. You need a reviver. Usually things can get messy for new accounts out there, so reviver really helps you pick up the pieces when something bad happens. But decreased defense, decreased attack, of course, knowing what each head does, very crucial. And then having hex can be so good for just extra damage. Then debuffs that are very nice to have but not really needed is something like a brimstone blessing. Even a 1-star can help you get a little bit more damage through. And as you play more and more, you understand how good the big damage dealers are. Maybe Skorid the Housepawn will be one of them. In terms of book requirements, he needs 3, 6, then another 4, 10 books. So that is the average we'll been getting on the last few champions that they've been adding to the game. Very cool, But again, very difficult to get. We haven't had good ways to get, you know, books in the game for quite a while now. So I'm curious whether they're gonna address this or not in the near future. Anyway, guys, this was the video. I just addressed a few things, like the Ninja Soul thing, the double ninja thing, and now the fusion that is also coming to the game. What are your thoughts on everything? Let me know down below. Thank you all for the support. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.